Hello everyone, it is Monday, and that means it's time for one of my draft videos. We're doing an Ixalan Draft video for the first time in 3 weeks, I guess. We did 3 weeks of Iconic Masters. We're doing some Ixalan now. And this will be sort of a Ixalan Draft sort of wedged between two Masters drafts, because on Thursday, I'll be posting in a Vintage Masters Draft, because that comes out on Magic Online on Wednesday. And I'll do at least 2 of those. I'm not exactly sure how long it's going to be on Magic Online, but just to let you know what the programming will be in this sort of awkward stage when a new set's about to come out, and the old limited format isn't that exciting to watch. I mean, I'm addicted to drafting, so I'm still going to be doing it. It's just, yeah. Ooh, I need to change this from my Iconic Masters stats. Just noticed that. I'll have to look that up between the draft and because I have to go back and look at a draft video actually to see what it was, because I deleted it on here. But yeah. All right, this pack has some very powerful commons and uncommons. It has a terrible rare, but Ixalan Vanguard, Territorial Hammerskull, and Pirate's Cutlass are all excellent. Like very, very good cards that are sort of defining of this format, actually. Like, this isn't a card that would be great in a lot of formats. It is in this one because there's not much removal. Territorial Hammerskull is great in a lot of any aggressive deck, but it's especially good in a very aggressive format, and same for Ixalan Vanguard. I think I'm going to take the Cutlass to sort of stay open. The 2 white cards, like if I take one, someone's probably taking the other, although someone's probably taking the Cutlass first. But I think I'm going to go with the Cutlass first. It's just very strong in this format. Okay, there was a good rare here because Ixalan's Binding's still hanging around. There is a Territorial Hammerskull, like another one, which someone's probably going to end up picking up 2 of those and being very happy. But I think we take Ixalan's Binding. It's just part of the reason aggro is so good in this format and equipment and auras are good is because there's not very much good removal. Ixalan's Binding is sort of the exception that proves the rule. It's very good removal, and there's not a lot of that in this format. Okay, here we can take Fathom Fleet Firebrand, which I don't mind. It's a good 2-drop. I think I like it a little more than Thrash of Raptors, though I could see the Thrash being good. And Paladin of the Bloodstain's white, but I think it's between Thrash and Fathom Fleet Firebrand. I think I'm going to take the Firebrand. If we do end up red-white, obviously a few dinosaurs would be pretty nice. I do like Water Trap Weaver. We could take that and sort of just see where the draft takes us. Maybe try to splash Ixalan's Binding, which isn't that hard in a blue-red deck. Shining Aerosaur is pretty good too. But I think I'm going to take Water Trap Weaver. There's not really like any great red or white cards in this pack, and Water Trap Weaver is just, I think, just the best card in this pack, and we're just going to take it. Okay, here we're going to take Tilanali's Knight, I think, over Raptor Companion. Yeah, we're going to take Tilanali's Knight. The nice thing about it is, like, even if we end up in a pirate deck that has like 0 dinosaurs in it, it's still 2 mana 2/2, so that's nice. Okay, Pirate Payoff here in Headstrong Brute. I think we take that. It's very good in the pirate deck. Anointed Deacon's pretty good too, but we could sort of like switch gears altogether, but I feel like what we're doing is already pretty powerful, and Headstrong Brute fits well into that. It's great with Pirate's Cutlass, so that is nice. We're not really sure what our second color is for sure. But red seems plenty open, and especially red pirates, since this guy was still hanging out. And like I said, the good news is, like, especially in blue, there's enough treasure that splashing Ixalan's Binding is really not a very difficult thing to do. So I am happy to do it. And I think it'll be easy to splash this if we don't end up playing white. And I'm not sure it looks like we will. We've passed like Hammerskulls and all sorts of good white commons, Ixalan Vanguard. There's probably at least 2 people to our left playing white. Of course, I say that, and then we get Bishop Soldier, which is quite good. I like it a heck of a lot more than Nest Robber. Do I take the Soldier and maybe white's really open somehow? And then we just switch to a white-red deck? I mean, the other option, there's several good white cards in this pack indicating white is open, at least to my right. Nest Robber's just not that good, and I think I'll take Bishop Soldier. Nest Robber, if you end up with multiple Tilanali's Knights, it does get a little better, but it's nothing special. It's probably Out of all the playable 2-drops, it's probably the worst one in this format. It's just when you play, like, when you're like, man, I need a 2-drop. Or, man, my deck needs as many dinosaurs as possible. Even most of those decks, though, that really care about dinosaurs, don't really want the random 2-drop one. You know, they want to go higher. All right, well, here's another Tealanali's Knight. I think we take that over an Aerosaur. I do like the Aerosaurs, but this is an aggressive format, and just taking really good 2-drops is a good way to go. And we know red's going to be open. I mean, it has just been flowing for the most part. We don't know what's going to happen with our other colors. We haven't seen anything else blue. Right now, it actually feels more likely that will be blue-white than blue-red, but we'll see. Blue-red is, of course, a more pirate-y color pair. We already have 2 pirates and a cutlass, though. I mean, and they're all red or not, or colorless. So, yeah. But I would be fine going either way. I mean, if we open up a really powerful bomb, we could go the other way. The rare in that pack I didn't really talk about, Angrath's Marauders. That's because I don't think it's especially good in most decks in this format. It's a pirate, and it's like a huge, awesome win condition. It doubles all your damage, but the problem it has is being so expensive in a very fast format. It's actually better in a dinosaur deck than a pirate deck because those decks can actually ramp. This one, you know, you can sort of ramp a treasure, but it's not like a consistent form of ramping. Okay, well, black is also very open. And that could, like, Desperate Castaways is going to be good in our deck, most likely. I think I'd rather have it than the Interloper or the Heartstopper. These are all playable black cards, though, although you need, like, 4 or 5 Explorers for that to be worth it. But we will take Desperate Castaways here and see if we can go the pirate route. Okay, here we are going to take a Nest Robber over an Imperial Lancer. Okay, do we want Frenzied Raptors or Thrash of Raptors? So, man, if I knew I was going to end up in white, Thrash of Raptors is better because I'm going to control other dinosaurs all the time. But it looks almost more likely I'm going to end up in black. And so I think I'm actually going to take Frenzied Raptor. Here's another Nest Robber. Also a Pterodon Knight, but I'm going to take the Robber. Pterodon Knight is better, but I just don't think white's open enough. I'll take a random Wily Goblin. Helps me splash, and it's a pirate. So it's not a great card, but picking it up last pick isn't the worst. If we end up being red-black, like, the number of dinosaurs we get will be a lot more limited, so it's kind of nice that we have picked up a few there. Okay, well, we have Regisaur Alpha here, which means we want to splash green. It's just a ridiculous card, of course, one of the strongest in the format. What else we got here? Skullduggery would be nice if we end up in a black deck. I wouldn't mind picking that up. Things that are likely to wheel, like maybe Prosperous Pirates, maybe Sleek Schooner, I don't know. But we're going to take Regisaur Alpha here, and we already have 1 source of treasure. We definitely want more of them, or other ways to splash. Bad news is red has the least treasure of the 3 pirate colors. So finding, like, there's Wily Goblin, and there is also that crappy 4-mana enchantment that we don't really want to be running. So we'll see what happens there. Funnily enough, we only have 2 pirates right now. We have 3 counting Wily Goblin. I forget he exists. Charging Monstrosaur. So this pack is very strong. So Ruin Raider's great. Charging Monstrosaur's great. Vine Shaper Mystic's great, though you have to be in a specific deck. Same with River Herald's Boon. We're taking Monstrosaur for sure. We could easily turn into a red-green deck. Like, that could just be what we are. And now there's a Raging Swordtooth, so I think that really increases our chances. Also a Territorial Hammer Skull, but... So the bad thing about the Swordtooth is it's terrible with Wily Goblin and the 2 Nest Robbers. I think I will take the Swordtooth and sort of commit to red-green here and see what the heck happens, because we have a lot of reasons to be in red-green right now. Of course, as I say that, we now have a Seeker's Squire, which is a very good 2-drop for us. I think that's just what we take. Okay. Well, this pack is not especially good. We've had a lot of strong ones. This is not one of them. I think we might just take Schooner here. It's nothing special, but I like it more than all other options. So that is what we're going to take. Also works with our Desperate Castaways. So what do we do here? Okay. Well, Glorifier of Dusk is really good. The black cards here are not especially good. So we just keep sort of waffling between what our secondary colors. Red doesn't look open at all, really, in this pack. We could take Pterodon Knight, too. I just don't know. I think I'm going to take the Glorifier, but I'm not convinced that that's entirely correct. Okay, there's another Headstrong Brute. We know we're playing red. I feel pretty confident about that, and I'm going to take the Headstrong Brute here over a bunch of, you know, some solid but unexciting white cards. Okay, so this is making me think more and more. We're going to be in red. I just don't know what our second color is. Should it be black or should it be green? But we're either going to... There's three very good cards here. We have Raptor Hatchling, Fathom Fleet Firebrand, and Stormfleet Pyromancer. I like them all. I think Raptor Hatchling is probably just the best, even though it's not a pirate, which we would like some more of them, but a dinosaur is fine too. Okay, another Sleek Schooner. I don't really want a second one. Prosperous Pirates. So if blue is our secondary color, splashing is going to be easier. And we do have a Water Trap Weaver already. I think I'm going to take the Prosperous Pirates here. Here I'll take an Interloper. Another Frenzied Raptor. Can we just be mono red? I feel like that's a possibility here. Take a Sunrise Seeker. Another one. And yeah, I mean, red is stupid open. But other than that, we have, I mean, we might not even want to play the Swordtooth, but we definitely want to play the Alpha. Swordtooth kills a lot of our creatures, which is a little less than desirable. Ideally, I won't be playing Nest Robbers, though, in which case it'll be a lot better. But Prosperous Pirates can help us splash, along with Wily Goblin. I would feel fine about playing Regisaur Alpha off of just that, but we'll see. Overwhelming Insight is fun, but I don't think we want it. We seem to be an aggro deck, so... this is a very good white card. This is a pirate that's quite good. This is a very good removal spell, which is one thing we don't have. It also helps us splash. And our black cards are better, so maybe taking a card that helps us splash, that's actually a removal spell, is better. I think that's probably just what I do. Over Kite Sail Freebooter, it's close, but I'm going to take Contract Killing. Wow. Yeah, we're taking Burning Sun's Avatar, that's for sure. Yeah. It's a very strong card. There's not really much else to be said. Lightning Rig Crew is pretty good, and it would be very good in our deck, but we're not going to take it. Okay, now we get a Walk the Plank. Could take another Contract Killing, but I'm just going to take Walk the Plank. This has been a very strange draft. We're like a mono-red dinosaur deck with a few pirates. We should be more of a pirate deck, but we're not really that piratey. Weirdly. But yeah, we can definitely splash this off of Wily Goblin and Contract Killing. And I'd rather splash it than Ixalan's Binding, which is what we were talking about earlier in the draft. So in an ideal world, I'm just not going to be playing at least one Nest Robber. And I wouldn't hate not playing Sleek Schooner either, but it does make our Desperate Castaways a little bit better. Oh yeah, we have this Dire Fleet Interloper, which we could actually play. Yeah, well, I think we take Bonded Horncrest. Our deck is loaded with creatures, and it'll be happy for us to be loaded with creatures. Thrash of Raptors is good too, but I think the Horncrest will be better in this deck. How many turn 2 pirates do we have in the end to go with? I mean, I say in the end, we're not even like done yet, but I think we need to take another Teal'c Knight. We have a ton of dinosaurs, and it's great with them. Vampire Zeal is an okay trick, but I don't think we're going to be white at all. So Teal'c Knight it is. That can probably get me out of playing this Nest Robber. We have plenty of dinosaurs even without Nest Robber, so I don't feel like I need to be running them for the 3 Teal'c Knights. I think I'd rather have Fire Cannon Blast and Stormfleet Pyromancer. I like them both, but this just is so efficient. You can kill some huge creatures with it. We could almost be a mono red deck. I think we would be worse off for it, but we could really get pretty close. There's that Trove of Temptation. That's the bad enchantment I was talking about that makes treasure. We want another Direfleet Interloper or an Unfriendly Fire. So in terms of removal, we have Burning Sun's Avatar, Contract Killing, Fire Cannon Blast, Walk the Plank. I think I'd rather just have another Pirate. Is that crazy? Maybe that's crazy. I mean, it's not that great. I'm going to pick up other like random pirates in these last few picks. So yeah, we'll take the removal. I mean, that might be enough to not play the other Nest Robber at this point. I think that would be the first card out, the way things look. So our Headstrong Brutes aren't going to be as good as I'd like them to be. We have 1, 2, 3. I think we only have 3 other pirates, but we could play 2 Brutes, and then they both have Menace, obviously. But, I mean, they're still going to be fine. I mean, fail case, they're 3 mana, 3/3s that are going to be attacking a lot, and they work incredibly well with Pirate's Cutlass, of course, as I mentioned earlier. I wouldn't mind picking up more fixing, but I will play Regisaur Alpha off of Wily Goblin and Contract Killing. Another Teal'c Knight. This is a good time for Teal'c. This is like the deck for Teal'c Knight too. Well, I mean, I guess a red-white deck probably have even more dinosaurs, but yeah, and we'll take a Thrash of Raptors now too in our strange dinosaur deck. That's almost mono red. I mean, what do we give up if we cut black and just run green as our second color? Probably too much. Sure Strike is a good combat trick, and we might want it. Because what we lose is 2 very good removal spells. And a couple good... 1 very good creature, 1 solid creature, and a medium creature. Like, what we gain, I guess, is getting to play both of those. But that doesn't seem like enough to me. Like, if you look at the... I mean, we can already play one of them off of a somewhat shaky but doable splash. So, okay. More pirates or a Skittering Heartstopper. I think I'm going to take another pirate, since we have these 2 Headstrong Brutes that want some friends. It probably gets cut, but I do think I'm cutting Sleek Schooner in the end. Desperate Castaways also isn't going to be great, actually. We just don't have enough ways of making treasure. Another Thrash of Raptors. Jeez. Well. Another Nest Robber. I guess I can take this Ceratops. Yeah, I kind of wish I'd taken more green cards, I feel like. I mean, we do have good black cards, but our deck is basically mono red. Like, we could trim it to a red deck that splashes green for these 2 cards with very little effort. But we do give up 2 very good removal spells. That's all we're giving up, though. Really, I mean... So, we cut the black cards. I'm not saying I'm going to do this, and this is our deck, basically. Mono red dinosaurs with a little bit of pirate stuff going on. And we would run... Oh, our splash isn't as doable, though, with just Wily Goblin. Oh, but we're playing green instead. We're just going to be playing forest, so never mind. We could probably actually cut Wily Goblin and just play, like, Sleek Schooner, probably. Or something else, but it's an interesting choice. These removal spells are really good. Walk the Plank and Contra Killing are really good, but we have Unfriendly Fire and Fire Cannon Blast in this thing, and a good combat trick. I kind of want to try it like this just because these two cards are so strong, especially this, and it's going to make it way better for our deck mana-wise. Our deck's mana is going to be incredible, actually. Yeah. So I think, I mean, we could play... Should we play Spike-tailed Ceratops over like Nest Robber? Probably not. We'll play one of these Nest Robbers. And yeah, I think we're just a red-green dinosaur deck in the end. Again, it does hurt a little bit to give up those removal spells, but I think this deck it more than makes up for it with its aggression and incredibly good mana, because we can be, you know, we're not going to have that many mana problems is what I'm trying to say. Like, we can go 11-6, and I think that's fine. We could think about still running the Goblin just to help us a little bit. It also helps us ramp, potentially. Yeah, let's run the Goblin. I think that works in the end. It helps us ramp a little, and it gives us another source of green. Our mana will be good. Might seem a little crazy to do what we did, but I think locking these guys in is probably worth it. So, all right, this will be our deck, and I'll see you guys in our first match. All right, we're going into our first match of an Ixalan Draft, and we would like to play first. We have an aggro deck. Most decks in this format would want to. This is not a great hand for us, though. We don't have anything till turn 3. We do have a Burning Sun's Avatar, but I think we still pitch this and hope for something a little better, and I think this gives it to us. We can actually play turn 4 Regisaur Alpha if we draw the mana we need to. I'm going to put you on the bottom, because we can play Wily Goblin on turn 2. I'll probably actually play the Knight on turn 2 and then Wily Goblin on turn 3. It'll depend on what we draw, because we don't need the mana from Wily Goblin right away or anything. So yeah, I'm actually just going to play Tealanali's Knight first. So we do need to draw more lands, that's for sure. But you can't have it all. Okay, we did draw one, which is awesome. We're going to attack with Tealanali's Knight. It's not like we can actually play... we could play Headstrong Brute, but it wouldn't really make a difference. I think I'm going to go for Explosiveness here and hope we draw land and play Wily Goblin here. It also means Headstrong Brute will have Menace later when we play it. So if we draw one more land and we just drop Regisaur Alpha this turn, our opponent's pretty much toast, like on turn 4. There's no guaranteeing that happens, of course, but we'll see. Let's do it. Oh, we didn't do it. Okay, and I could consider playing Thrash of Raptors, but because I can just play Headstrong Brute, I don't think I will. I'm just going to attack for 3 here. And then play Headstrong Brute. See if one of them eats it. It's not a big deal if they do. But yeah, we'll play the Brute now. It will have Menace, because our little goblin is a pirate. And it'll end our turn. Come on, land. Something's probably about to die. Yeah, it's the Brute. We just have Sure Strike to just punch through basically all blockers. They're going to play something that's not true about now. Nope, we can punch through that. There we go. That's what we want to see. All right, so we're just going to go play Regisaur Alpha. That'll make Tealanali's Knight a 3/3 when it attacks, and we can also attack with the 3/3 token. So we're going to attack with both of them. He can block and kill one, but he has to take the other 3. We can play Thrash of Raptors next turn with haste, assuming Regisaur Alpha is still alive. Seems pretty solid to me. Would have been better a turn ago, but, you know, you can't have it all. I'm not sure what the opponent's doing. Screaming, because, you know, that's kind of how when someone plays Regisaur Alpha against me, I feel. Yeah, the question will be next turn whether or not I want to just play the Thrash. I probably will just play it and attack with a 5/3 Trampler. I don't know if I want to attack with the Regisaur right away next turn without Sure Strike up. We have enough dinosaurs that adding haste to them, like our Thrash, is a pretty big deal. Playing this format after doing 3 weeks of Iconic Masters, I've really been reminded about it. I mean, I remembered it was fast, but it is so fast when you've been playing that format. All right. So, you know, if we get him to trade here with anything, I think we feel pretty okay about that. I'm guessing he does. I just don't know with what. Probably the dinosaur, since it has trample. It's more of a problem. Yeah. Opponent goes to 12, and we'll end our turn. If only we'd done it a turn earlier, our opponent really would have been screwed. Ooh. What's up, Monstrosaur? Okay. Do I just play the Thrash of Raptors here and attack with it? Plan on using Sure Strike later? That is the question. I could also just use Sure Strike now. But I think just playing the Thrash and attacking with it is fine. Yeah. And that's what we'll do. We could consider attacking with Tilanali's Knight as well, but I think just attacking with this. Our opponent probably won't trade with it, and if they do, we're fine with it. We do have a Brute, which will be nice, especially with Sure Strike. They combo together. Good, they're just going to take 5. I am more than happy for you to do that, sir. We do have a couple direct damage cards. We have Unfriendly Fire and Burning Sun Zenith. I don't think so. Burning Sun's Avatar. But Fathom Fleet Cutthroat. We can't actually cast either of those if we draw them right now. So, yeah, there we go. As I stated, we can't actually cast them. So this time I can attack and leave mana up for Sure Strike. So I think I'm going to attack with both of these guys. Opponent could have Skullduggery, which would be pretty brutal. But yeah, I'm going to attack with both. That is lethal. I could consider even attacking with this and backing it up with Sure Strike. Let's do it. Let's get in there. So if he even lets either of these in for damage, we can just try to Sure Strike for the win, though it's a little scary when your opponent has mana up. Maybe I should have attacked with my Goblin too. I mean, I am at 20. So we trample for 2 there, if that's all that's happening. Okay. Who do I try to save with Sure Strike? That's the question. I think it's the Regisaur. We could have used it here to get in for 6. But I don't think that's worth it. We're getting in for 2 still and killing both of our opponent's creatures. So that seems pretty good. The way our board looks. Can't play Headstrong Brute now, unfortunately, but that's okay. If we just draw a couple lands, Burning Sun's Avatar can win the game on his own. Okay, yeah, our opponent just not getting the value they want to get out of their creatures. Okay. Well, if I attack with both of these guys, he can only single block this because this is lethal. So we're going to attack with, we're going to attack with everything. That should do it. They're tapped out, so, oh, right. That won't do it. They're at 1. I've kind of forgot that they could block that way. Works for me, though. And now we're going to play Creature with Menace, which is definitely an obnoxious thing to have. Plus, if we draw Mountain, we can play this. I don't really want to show my opponent I have Burning Sun's Avatar, so yeah, we don't have to. Yeah, the game went pretty well. Our opponent's pirates just were overcosted creatures, basically, because we weren't letting him actually, raid or kill creatures or whatever. The question is, whether or not, and it's the question about this draft in general, should I have kept the black just for these two good cards, or does being able to play both of these basically always trump that? And I think in the end this does trump it in a format like this one that's very aggressive. We do have... No, we don't really have any sideboard cards. What am I talking about? We changed too late in the game to pick up any good sideboard cards. I mean, Demolish is horrible, so... Yeah. Sideboards, I would be happy to have the Destroy Flyer or Artifact or card. I think this hand's fine. We're on the draw. We have 2 drops. We got some 3 drops. We have pirates to make our other pirates better. Yeah, and we hit the land that we really wanted, so that's good. Raging Swordtooth coming down later. Yeah, that's always very annoying. We can deal with it, and if we do, we're going to get to be very far ahead of our opponent. But if we can't, then our opponent just wins. It's one of these very swingy cards in the format. So if he plays a Cutlass here, that's what would be really ugly. They don't, though. We will take the 4 to the face. They're going to raid now, probably. Nope, just Dire Fleet Captain. No big deal. Do I want to leave man up for Sure Strike? I guess I do. The threat of Skullduggery is a scary one, and it's going to be the kind of turn where if we get blown out, we're probably toast. But I feel like if we just play Headstrong Brute here, our opponent smashes us for 7. And the game has already really swung in their favor if that's what happens. I'm going to leave my Tilanali's Knight back and plan on trying to use Sure Strike to kill the Wanted Scoundrels. Things could go very ugly. Our opponent could have Lightning Strike. Our opponent could have a lot of things. But with Wanted Scoundrel, you just have to try to kill it. I mean, that's unfortunate how there's to it. The good news is, if this goes bad, we do have Brazen Buccaneers where if we explore and get the counter, it can also just try to block him. But, this could get ugly. Is it going to get ugly? Maybe my opponent will do something before I cast Sure Strike. Nope. All right. Do you have something to screw me? There's a very good chance you do. What? He could still have it. He just let it resolve. I like to kill things before the spell even resolves. Makes me feel even more like a jerk. But he could still, of course, just kill our Tilanali's Knight. Oh, my. Oh, talk about swingy. That is great news. I will take your treasure, sir. Thank you. Play something with 1 toughness. Oh, you don't have 1 toughness. That's disappointing. But that's okay. Okay, well, we just play our huge dinosaur now. It's not as good as our other huge dinosaur. The stupid thing here is, well, maybe I should offer a trade first, honestly, because I think trading Tilanali's Knight for Skymarch Bloodletter is worth it, and yeah, so let's offer a trade. I could make it a 3/3, but my Swordtooth coming into play will hurt it, so it would die in combat either way with Skymarch Bloodletter, so yeah, we're just getting in for 2, basically, which is fine with me. And then, yeah, we'll play the big dinosaur, which should hold off the guy on the ground. My Skullduggery there could have been ugly, but they didn't have it. If they had it, they would have used it. So, that is aggressive. I'm just going to take it. We have to discard something. Land it is. Okay, so do I want to play my Buccaneers or Headstrong Brute more? We are off to the races here. So if I play Buccaneers and hit a land, I can play Tilanali's Knight. Yeah, I think I play them. They can block pretty well. Yeah, Buccaneers it is. We do hit a land. So he's small, but that's okay. I am going to attack with my Tilanali's Knight. So we do have this flying clock, and that's a problem. But we're going to try to race it as best we can. This time, I don't think we're afraid to block the Dire Fleet Captain. Well, maybe we are. Maybe we are a little. Okay, so the Buccaneers are going to block that, and you... no, you're not going to... Yeah, you are. You kind of have to. I'm sorry. You might be dead. You're probably dead. But kind of had to do it. Skullduggery's not enough here, so... Sure Strike would be, though. Yeah, which they have. That is a problem. Obviously enough. We need one of our kill spells. Skullduggery would work here. So let's hope that doesn't happen. It does. Okay. All right. Well, opponent really blows us out there. We don't get to do anything. And we draw a land. So we are what you call dead. Especially because the two creatures we have in our hand can't block. Yeah, that was not ideal. We even managed to kill their wanted scoundrels and get ahead, but it wasn't ahead enough. But yeah, I mean, what do we change? I mean, we could think about like trying to splash white for Ixalan's Binding, but that doesn't seem worth it. All right, let's give this another go. See if we can win game 3 here. Okay, this is good. This is another early Regisaur Alpha hand, and we're on the play, so we'll take it. So we also have a couple pirates for our Headstrong Brute to really be brutal. We'll go turn 2 Goblin, turn 3 Brute, and ideally turn 4 Regisaur Alpha. We do need to draw one more land for that to be the reality, though. There's a good chance we do draw one more land over the next several cards. Well, now we might play... probably not. It doesn't have evasion, but... Oh, God, I did that so wrong. I hate myself sometimes. Whoops. See, we would have the Goblin in play already, and then this turn we could play something. The fact that I did not draw the land there makes me kind of not want to play the Goblin, but I'm going to play the Goblin. I'm doing it. We won an early Regisaur Alpha. Even one that I screwed up on. I mean, it's actually coming into play at the same time. The difference would be that we would have hit our opponent with something. And we're not going to get to do that now. Okay, we did not draw the land that we wanted. However, I think we just play Headstrong Brute here and pass. Yeah, but we definitely would have gotten in for... Our opponent would be at 17. That's the big difference here. And we would have better used our mana in general. We would have... Oh. I don't know why the world doesn't want us to just easily get to our Regisaur Alpha mana. I don't know what that's about. We are going to take this. Opponent's probably going to raid us, but that's okay. Yeah, that's what we wanted to draw. Jeez. Okay, the Brute will attack. And then I'm going to play Frenzied Raptor, which can at least trade with Thrash of Raptors. Come on, world. Give me the land I need. There's still 14 in my deck. So I think we try to block here on the Raptor. If we make our opponent use a trick, that's fine. They could use Skullduggery to just kill my Goblin, which would suck. It's also going to suck if they play another dinosaur and their Thrash of Raptors becomes bigger, and there's a good chance he does, I think. He's just going to contract kill. Fair enough. So we're taking 5 this turn. Deal. Land, please land. Ah! This is brutal. I think I play another Frenzied Raptor. God. We had 4 mana in our opening hand, and we haven't been able to hit the 5th that we so desperately need. Our opponent is flooding out, but they're playing stuff like removal. I think we just take another 5 here. Don't get trample. God, he has so much mana. Yeah, we're in a lot of trouble now. We're no longer is playing Register Alpha just like we win the game. It's like we can try to survive. And now I think we might just be dead, which is brutal given how this game felt like it should go. And yeah, there's just lands. Wow, why don't we just get to decide when we draw lands, you know? I mean, we're not completely dead yet. But we're getting there. I'm going to play the Fathom Fleet Firebrand. I can at least threaten it. Its activation. Probably won't use it. Oh, yeah, you have Trample now. So are we just dead? Especially if you play a kill spell, we're dead. Oh, or that. Yeah, that is annoying. I'm going to be that guy who shows my opponent my hand so he knows that we're 1 mana away from playing Register Alpha from turn 4 on. And yeah, if we hadn't screwed up, we would have gotten in for 3 or 4 more damage, but we still would have lost. So, which isn't to say my screw up isn't a problem. It was, but I'm just saying in retrospect, it's not why we lost the game, which that matters, I guess. So I'll see you guys in the next match. All right, we're in the second match of an Ixalan Draft, and this is just a god-awful hand, so we're going to mulligan. No creatures. Oh, man. My luck has not been my friend lately. But what are you going to do? It's part of the game. Sometimes my luck's ridiculous, too. You've seen both sides. We're mulliganing again, and this is what we're keeping, and sure, I'll take a land. You definitely don't want to draw too many when you mulligan this low, but this might just, the way this is looking, this might just be 2 kind of ugly matches. Although Frenzied Raptor into Bonded Horncrest into Pirate's Cutlass isn't the worst. Like, there are definitely worse ways to start. I wish I had that Tilanali's Knight a turn earlier, but it's whatever. Play this Raptor. I'm sure they have something to play now, right? Yeah. The other Raptor. Ooh, yeah, that makes things a lot better, that's for sure. I'm gonna attack. There's like no chance our opponent decides to trade, and if they do, I'm kind of okay with it. They don't. So we're not gonna be able to block this turn, but we can race pretty effectively. If I draw another land, I can actually play and equip Pirate's Cutlass. Not sure that's what I would do. Oh, God, why does everyone else get their charging monster sword against me? What's that about? So we take 10. Okay, well, we can kill theirs now, which I don't hate. And we're going to swing for 9 and kill their monster sword. Yeah. Dropping them to 7. Kapow. Monster Sword number 2, except now we have lethal on the board, so they can't be quite as aggressive. Man, this format's fast, which is sort of a relief. It's actually, there are pros and cons. In terms of recording, the fact that these drafts take like somewhere between an hour and a half usually, even playing all 3 matches, is nice. I mean, I can get recordings done a lot more quickly, but as a player, I do like slower formats more. So, I guess I'm happy with it, however a format turns out, because there's pros and cons. What do you have for me? Ah, we're like the same deck, huh? Okay, so we are going to attack and then play Raging Swordtooth. Drop our opponent to 3. And Swordtooth time. Just draw on Friendly Fire and just not have to worry about what our opponent does this turn. That's what I want to happen. There's a 1 in 29 chance, that's could be worse. Could be worse. What is that, like a 3% chance? Something like that. We don't want to draw our freaking Burning Sun's Avatar because we don't have the mana for it, which has been the case every time we've drawn him. Well, in one game we could have played him, but we didn't need to play him. So, let's see. Thrash of Raptors number 2. Okay. You gonna attack me? You are gonna attack me. Do they have Sure Strike? That's what this comes down to. So if they do... Sure Strike's the only trick they could have that would just kill me here. If they use Sure Strike, they trample over for 3. So playing Pirate's Cutlass and equipping it will not be enough to win. Because, yeah, he'd have to block it, but then he can just swing at me again. I'm just going to take it. I think that gives us the best chance of winning because he has to have Sure Strike to kill us. If we block and he doesn't have Sure Strike, I guess if we block and he doesn't have Sure Strike, we're still alive. But I think it's better for us to just take this and say, use Sure Strike if you have it. It is a hard decision. Yeah, they have it. That is this format in a nutshell right there. It's like, do you have a trick? If we blocked, we still would have been dead. So that was my rationale there. We got to get a faster start going this time, and not mulliganing to 5 would be good. Yeah, I don't really see any changes to be made like usual. Was I wrong not to run the black cards? I'm sure some of you think I probably was, and I'm not sure you're wrong. I think there's an argument to be made for those. I am going to play first. This is a good hand. I'm happy to have a good hand. Lots of early stuff, including Dinosaur and 2 Tilanali's Knights. So let's try to get out of the gate a little better this time than we did last time. But yeah, I think this is like Magic Origins was a fast format, and that was like the first. No, it wasn't. It was like the second set around when I was recording in the early days of my channel. And I think this is even faster. I don't think I've ever had a format where I can play 3 matches and it be like barely over an hour. Which again has pros and cons, but all the Tilanali's Knights. Okay, so let's play our Raptor Hatchling so we can attack for 3 here. We could just think about playing another Knight. That might just be better. And then next turn I can attack with 2 3/3s. I think that's probably better. Could be wrong, but all right, Tilanali's Knight number 2. Where's our Monstrosaur? That's the real question. Oh yeah, that's gonna hurt, but like we can outrace that pretty easily right now. It's good news. Ooh, that's really good news. All right, so we're just going to go Raptor Hatchling. Attack for 6. I feel like the difference between a Tilonali's Knight not on a dinosaur and on a dinosaur, flavor-wise, should be more than +1/+1. But, you know, game-wise, I think it makes sense. +1/+1 and trample, you know, probably would have had to been an uncommon if that's what it did. But, okay, we're in great shape because opponents can attack us for 3. Or they're not. But that works. That works for me too. Because now we can go Regisaur Alpha, make a 3/3 dinosaur, and attack with all the Tilonali's Knights and the new dinosaur. And that's lethal, so obviously our opponent has to block one way or another. See, he should have blocked the dinosaur. I don't know why people don't do... Because Tilonali's Knight, if you get rid of my dinosaurs, isn't as good, and it doesn't ever have trample. This has trample, so... That sequence of turns should have set us up pretty nicely. Yeah, it did. We got there. I don't know how long that game was. A few minutes. But we got there. All right. Okay. Yeah, we've seen Regisaur Alpha a lot, but we haven't seen this guy at all, which is just wrong. Crap. This is another mediocre hand. We're on the draw at least, and they mulligan too, so we're definitely gonna mulligan. All right, this one's better. We have our buddy Regisaur Alpha. I'm gonna put you on the bottom. Oh, that guy. I've played him before and loved him, but for some reason, even though we're running like 11 mountains, we've never been able to get to triple red when we have him, and we're not in good shape to do that this time. Okay. Oh, there's our Monstrosaur. We need more mana first, though, I'd say. And Headstrong Brute's going to be a bit of a liability here, especially if it doesn't have Menace. Yeah, I'll just take the 2. Just give us like 3 mountains in a row here, and we will be ecstatic. Like, things would go really well for us. It's not what's going to happen, though, clearly. I will play the Brute now, though. Opponent's probably about to play their Charging Monstrosaur, which would just be fantastic, you know? No, good. No Charging Monstrosaur. I like that. We'll take 3. Chart a Course. That's not great for us. They just drew 2 cards. You'd think our deck was like super low on lands the way things have been going. We can at least give our dude Menace, which is what we're going to do here. And we're going to attack with him. We're just a couple mana away from, like, awesome, you know? Just get us there. That's all I ask. Opponent doesn't seem to have dinosaurs, which is good news. We will take 2 again. I mean, it's not great news, because who knows what else they have. Oh, yeah, Marauding Looter's gross. We can kill that with Burning Sun's Avatar in a fictional world where we actually draw 2 more of our mountains. You know, in that world, that's what's going to happen. That's what sucks about our hand right now. Like, we have to draw not only 1 land, but 2 before we can really do anything. And we're part of the way there. I think we attack with the Brute here. If we get to kill the Marauding Looter, I think I'm going to call that a victory. Yeah, I am. Attack. Chances are we're just going to get him for 3, so... Which I'm also okay with. We could have Lightning Strike or Sure Strike or any number of things, but I'm okay with that too. He can't block anyway. Who wants him? You know, and getting in for 3 is perfectly fine. So we can play Tealanali's Knight and leave mana up to pump our Fathom Fleet Firebrand, which is pretty good. So yeah, we're going to play this Knight. So next turn, if we can play Registrar Alpha, which I'm not sure if that'll be right over the Monstrous War. This is, of course, assuming we draw the card, and we really want it to be a mountain. And then we want to draw another one. That's, I know, asking a lot. So my Firebrand is going to try to kill this thing for sure. I mean, no question. If he wants to use a trick or burn, you know, I'm fine with that. We do lose Menace here. Yeah, he's got a trick. But if that's how he's going to use it, I think I can live with it. He does get to loot, of course. Land, please land. Please land. Land, please. Did I mention I needed a land? I don't know if I have yet. The Tealanali's Knights. Oh yeah, that's what I wish I could play. Jeez, man. This is some crazy stuff. Multiple games this has happened to us. And that is always frustrating. We're still not done here just because the power of our cards in our hand. But we need to draw like 2 mountains in a row because obviously the Burning Sun's Avatar can block everything effectively. Yeah, we're going to take 3. The Avatar can block everything effectively and kill most of our opponent's creatures. But our opponent's going to keep building their board, and that's not something... Oh, God. Now that's what we have to kill, but we're too late now. I don't see a way where this is going to work out for us. Okay, I think getting multiple bodies is probably best, given the fact that we are not that far from being dead. So let's do that. I can actually attack with all of these effectively, but my opponent has 3, 4, 5. They have 6 mana over there. That means they can only steal 1 creature, but that creature will be smashing me in the face. So, yeah. They can only kill 1 creature, take 1 creature, but then they're attacking with 1, 2, 3, 4. This has Menace, so I'm probably not blocking it at all. Maybe 5 if they attack with that, and then a 6th creature. And it's really not worth attacking unless I attack with at least 2 creatures right now. He can take this Brute, and it'll also have Menace, by the way. That's going to be fun. I think we attack with the Brute. There's no reason to. My opponent knows I'm tapped out. I mean, if we attack with everything here, let's just say we do that. That's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 damage. And he can block 1 of it easily and just take the rest and then kill me. So it's not quite enough. It's not quite enough. We're going to end our turn. Sad and dejected that our deck has treated us so. If they lightning strike something here, that's bad. Just so you know. It'd be fun if he takes my Registrar Alpha and then plays like a 2-mana dinosaur and it'll have haste. Wouldn't that be cool? God. If we draw a mountain next turn, that's like our only hope of getting back in this game. Our opponent may be able to kill us now, too. If they have a kill spell, plus steal one of my creatures. Really? You're not going to steal a creature? That is really good news for us. We really need to draw that mountain right now, though. We really need to draw it. If we don't draw this mountain, we're dead, basically. If we draw it, I think we win. Pretty close. Because we kill the Captivating Crew, which is the biggest problem right now. Oh, well, that's not the end of the world. We really need to draw the mountain. Mountain, mountain, mountain. Can we do it? I believe in you, deck. Give me the mountain. Why do we get more forests than mountains repetitively? We have like 6 forests. I was like, my mana in this deck's going to be so good. We're going to get all the red mana we ever wanted. Yeah, that's what happened. Jeez. Jeez. I mean, I think it was definitely clear our deck was good. We just had some really bad beats in this draft. And we're going to go 0-2 in it, which is not good. And there's still a chance we can win this. He can only steal one creature, unless he plays a land. Then he can play two. So, and we still, if we can just play the Avatar. Yeah, he's going to take my huge creature. That makes sense. That's the downside of having played it, but he had to steal it, look at it that way. Okay, so we still have a chance here. Keep telling myself that. Sure Strike is on the table, incidentally. We don't really want to kill our own creature. I can tell you that. I'm going to throw that in front of it, though. And that tramples for 2, and this can hit me for 6 with Sure Strike. Do we just go... He has to have Sure Strike. In that game, it was much different because we were actually close. Like, we would have won the game if it came to our turn. In this game, we have such a low percentage chance of winning this game right now that I think just taking this is our best bet and going to 3. Yeah. He's probably got Sure Strike again and going to kill us, but we're playing the percentages here. No, he didn't. And we still need that mountain. Please give me a mountain. Mountain. There are 9 mountains left in my deck. Oh, that's not good. It's still not the end of the world. If we draw a mountain here. Have I mentioned that we need to draw a mountain? Yes! Oh, we did it. This gives us a chance. Boom. Get out of here, captivating crew. I've had it with your nonsense. Oh, yeah. That's right. We might have just stabilized. We still have to deal with a menace creature, but... and you can't block, so I have to assign 2 blocks there. Yeah, we can survive at least one more turn. We can't attack with anything. I mean, I would attack with my Brood if it mattered. It doesn't, though. God. Thank God for that. All right, so the opponent almost assuredly has Sure Strike. So we're just going to double block like this. Better than losing my Avatar. No, he doesn't. That works for me. Just a trade, then. Oh, that's not so good. That's really not good. Harder to stabilize. Now our opponent's just looting so much. And now we draw a mountain. That's what we wanted, right? Turns and turns ago. Yeah, it looks like we're going to lose. We kept so many sorts of hands that it was like, yeah, we just need one more mana. And this hand is like, you're dead on turn 4. And then it just didn't work out that way. It just didn't. So I think they're only going to attack with that. Yeah, that makes sense. We have to block it, and I'm just gonna double block it. We don't really have much of a choice, unfortunately. Yeah. Awesome. This thing is so gross. Just keeps on looting. I don't know when it'll stop. Yeah, we're dead. All right, well, we went 0-2 in this one. A little bit ugly, but like, it was pretty clear our deck was powerful and luck. Even if you draft a perfect deck, which I'm not saying we did by any means, but we drafted a good deck. Even if you draft a perfect deck, you can go 0-2. That's just how Magic is. The variance is part of what makes it fun because you don't know what to expect to a certain extent. So sometimes it makes me salty, but hey. That's just Magic for you. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back on Thursday It might be up a little later than usual, but on Thursday there will be a Vintage Masters draft instead of Ixalan.